Hi, I'm Zeke from Health News. Recently, I've been wondering, what if you could drop a huge digital screen right into the real world without setting up a monitor at all? These are the VITURE Luma Ultra XR AR glasses. Smart glasses from VITURE that promise a premium augmented reality experience. But with extended reality still being a pretty niche space, the question is whether they actually deliver. So in this video, I'm unboxing them, testing the display, trying the spatial features, checking the software, and using them in real time to see if they're really worth it. And before I get into the hands-on test, if you want to check out the VITURE Luma Ultra for yourself, I've got a special deal waiting in the description below. You can also scan the QR code on the screen right now, especially if you're curious about the best smart glasses available right now. If you're wondering, what are the VITURE glasses? The VITURE Luma Ultra is basically a pair of AR/XR display glasses that put a virtual screen in front of me while still letting me see the real world around me. So this isn't a fully immersive VR headset. It's closer to a wearable tech that replaces the screen of my phone, laptop, or handheld gaming, not the device itself. That means it needs a connected source, something like a VITURE neckband or a Pro neckband to actually work. And compared to similar Luma models, the Ultra is the most advanced version because it adds the extra camera hardware and spatial features. So if you want a standalone headset, this is not that. Alright, now that the concept is clear, let's get into the actual unboxing. I get the VITURE AR glasses, a USB-C to magnetic cable, 3 swappable nose pads, a glasses case, a hair-friendly cover, a cleaning cloth, a quick start guide, and the safety guide. Now, I've purchased the VITURE Pro neckband additionally. The neckband is a similar device you wear around your neck that connects to the glasses with a cable that works like a mini computer, running apps, videos, and games, so you don't need to plug the glasses into your phone or laptop. Right away, the premium design of the glasses feels premium and pretty futuristic, mostly because of the translucent look and the light effects that give it a more advanced vibe. One thing to know is that there is no built-in battery here, so these glasses stay lighter, but they do depend on a constant connection to a power source. And in terms of fit, VITURE clearly put a lot of thought into adjustability. The arms are flexible, the temples can tilt, and the magnetic nose pads make it easy to swap sizes and dial in a better fit without feeling flimsy. I also like that there's a built-in myopia adjustment, because that makes the glasses more usable for people who are nearsighted without immediately forcing a more complicated setup. There's also a nice privacy touch here. The front camera ships with a removable and reusable sticker, so if that camera makes you a little uneasy, you're not just expected to ignore it. And overall, the whole thing feels like a balance of style with real usability. Now, my first reaction to this is, as a person who wears glasses very often, I wear contacts on a daily basis, so I have glasses at night. I struggle with wearing glasses all day because they give me headaches, mainly because of the pressure on the nose and around the ears. And I can say that these are incredibly comfortable for long day usage. The pressure is pretty perfect around the ears, where I am especially sensitive to get headaches with wearing glasses over long periods of time. The nose is also one of those areas that can generate irritation, and again, it kind of just sits right on top very comfortably. So overall, the design here is doing a lot of work. It looks modern, but more importantly, it gives me enough adjustability and comfort features to make the glasses feel more personal instead of one size fits all. And if these already are looking like they could be some of the best AR glasses for your setup, don't forget I've got a special offer waiting in the description below. You can also scan the QR code right on the screen right now to check them out. Alright, now we're at the part that matters most, because the display really is the core of the VITURE Luma Ultra experience. VITURE uses Sony Micro OLED panels, and that shows up in the places I notice first. Sharper text, stronger contrast, and better looking dark scenes that you usually get from your cheaper XR displays. Brightness goes up to 1500 nits, which is high for this category. So I'd want to crank it all the way up here and see how usable it stays in the daylight or in a bright indoor space like I have here in the studio. Just to mention, a typical sunlight readable monitor provides only 800 nits on average. So I can tell you right now, with the huge light here right in front of me, the brightness feels perfect. There's a lot of light coming right at me, and I can see the screen and all the different apps perfectly fine, and it's not too crazy on the eye where there's so much light and so much going on. It blends very naturally. And if I look up directly to my light source, which is my studio light, I can still see the screen perfectly. Every single color, from reds to whites to blacks. Very impressive. That's really cool. The resolution is also worth explaining clearly. This is a 1200p with a 4K-like look. Not true 4K, but the optics and the pixel density are supposed to make it look sharp enough that most people won't notice it in everyday use. Then there's a 52-degree field of view, which matters because it makes the screen feel less like a tiny floating box and more like a display that actually fills my vision. And when VITURE says it's like a 152-inch screen at 3 meters, that's a perceived size, not a literal panel floating in front of me. So what separates the VITURE Luma Ultra from basic XR display glasses is its use of triple camera system, 1 RGB camera and 2 depth cameras, and that's what unlocks the spatial side of the experience. With it, I get true 6 DOF tracking, which means the screen can stay locked in one place while I move around, instead of just following my head. I also get hand gesture controls so I can swipe, zoom, and interact without reaching for a controller. And on top of that, there's a Harman-powered open-ear audio, so I can hear what I'm watching or playing without fully blocking out the world around me. In real life, the setup is pretty simple. I connect the glasses to a phone, laptop, handheld console, or another compatible device. And instead of looking at the device's built-in screen, I'm looking at a large virtual screen in front of me. Now this leaves us with the main use cases for these glasses. For gaming, that means the glasses act like a big private display while the game still runs on the connected system. And for portable gaming, that can be a big deal. The Switch 2 angle is especially interesting here, because the VITURE positions this as the first XR experience for the Switch 2, which is a pretty strong hook if you want a larger gaming view without carrying an actual monitor. For entertainment, the pitch is basically a private cinema. Instead of watching on a phone or a laptop screen, I'm watching it on a much larger virtual display that I can only see. That's especially useful when I'm traveling, sitting in a shared room, or anywhere I don't have access to a TV. And then there's the extra trick here: real-time 2D to 3D conversion. VITURE says it can add 3D depth to regular videos, photos, streaming content, and games in real time. I treat this as a bonus feature that changes how content looks, not as a replacement for native 3D content. A huge part of the overall experience also depends on SpaceWalker, because that's the companion software that turns this from simple screen mirroring into something more flexible. With SpaceWalker, I can place multiple virtual screens around me like a portable monitor setup, and it supports Mac, Windows, mobile OS, and Pro neckband. And if I add the VITURE Pro neckband, I also get the ability to mirror and record what I'm seeing in real time through the Capture app, which is especially useful for creators. And just a reminder, that's an add-on, not a built-in feature of the glasses themselves. There are also hardware buttons shortcuts I can use to control the brightness, volume, color modes, the electrochromic film, and the dynamic light effects without digging around too much. So, in this VITURE Luma Ultra review, my take is that these glasses really do feel premium. And the main reason for this is the combination of the Sony micro OLED panels, high brightness, and 52-degree field of view that makes the virtual screen feel large, sharp, and genuinely immersive. It also goes beyond the basic display glasses with true 6 DOF tracking and hand gesture controls, which is what sets the Ultra apart from simpler models. That said, this is still a dependent system. I need a connected device and SpaceWalker to unlock the full experience. So it replaces my screen, not my whole setup. For me, the price makes sense if I'd regularly use a portable big screen setup for gaming, travel, work, or private entertainment. But if I want a standalone headset, this isn't it. And if you want to check out the VITURE Luma Ultra for yourself, I've got a discount in the description below, plus free shipping, worldwide shipping availability, and free 30-day returns for extra peace of mind. You can also scan the QR code on screen right now. If you want to see more reviews like this, check out other tech videos on the Health News channel. And if you're into smart gadgets, wearable tech, or the latest premium devices, there's a lot more there worth watching.